Linear equations. This is a review of part 8. In today's lesson, students will review how to write linear equations when given 2 points on a line. When given what? 2 points on a line. Very good. So, let's review how to write a linear equation when you're given 2 points on a line. Okay? So we're going to take a look at number 3 on your paper. Read it with me now. It says, what is the equation of a line that passes through? And you have -3, 0, and 0, -5. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is you need to label x1, y1, which is the first coordinate point, and label x2, y2. So go ahead and do that now. Label that for me. Okay, so remember, when you're given 2 points, you can find the slope, right? So what is the slope formula? I know, let's sing the slope formula song, and it goes like this. Slope, slope, change in y at the top, change in x bottom. Very good. So that translates to m equals y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So you want to underline, since you're looking for the change in y at the top, you want to underline the y coordinates, okay? So slope, slope equals change in y at the top. So we have -5 is y2 and y1 is 0. So -0, okay? Let me write this in brown so you can see. -5 minus 0. Very good. Divided by, okay, let's look at the x coordinates. Let's go ahead and circle them just so we know the difference between x and y. So this is x2, this is x1. So x2 is 0 minus, okay, a -3. So we need to use what? We need to use parentheses, -3. Okay. So let's figure out what this is. So slope, we have -5 minus 0. Well, -5 take away nothing is just -5. Divided by, we have, oops, I forgot the -3. Here we go. We have 0 minus a -3. So negative and negative, when you multiply them together, make positive. So you change this to positive. And what is 0 plus 3? 0 plus 3 is 3. All right. So this is slope. Slope is the letter M. And so this could be -5 over +3. Or, okay, remember, you have one negative on the top. You could also have a negative on the bottom. You could say 5 over -3. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to use this one to write our equation. Now we can identify slope and one coordinate point. What are we identifying? Slope and one coordinate point. So the coordinate point that I always want you to choose is going to be which one? The first point. Which point? The first point. Let's choose the first coordinate point. What is the slope again? Now let's identify m, x, and y because we're writing the equation to a line. So m is going to be, we just found it. It's -5 over 3. So write that where the m is. Okay. The first coordinate point is right here, -3, 0. So what is x? X is -3. What is y? Y is 0. Okay, great. So then, now that we found slope, okay, we can write the linear equation, but first we have to plug in m. So let's plug in m. And you have to remember, yo mama's ex-boyfriend. Okay, read this equation with me. Y equals mx plus b. So we say, okay, y equals, what is m? M is -5 divided by 3, 5 over 3, x plus b. Okay, let's go ahead and read step 3 together. Plug in x and y. What is it? Plug in x and y. All right. So you plug in y, which is, y is what? Underline it here. Y is 0. So you say, okay, 0 equals negative 5 over 3 times x, and you're going to multiply it at the top. X is negative 3. Good job. Okay. Plus b. All right. So now this negative, we can go ahead and put it at the bottom so that the bottom of the fraction and the top, when they're being multiplied, they match. And so when they match, what can you do? You can go ahead and cross them out, okay? So now let's solve for b. What are we going to do? Solve for b. So we say, okay, 0 equals, well, we crossed out the negative 3's, but what is left? We have 5. 0 equals 5 plus b. 0 equals 5 plus b, okay? And if 0 equals 5 plus b, we need to solve for b. What you want to do here is you want to draw a T-bone steak. And what do you have to do to both sides to get rid of 5? You have to subtract 5 from both sides, okay? So positive 5 and negative 5 make 0. Bring down the b. b equals, all right, here we go. 0 take away 5. What is 0 take away 5? No, it's not 5, Heaven. No, it's not. When you have 0 and you take away a number, you're going in the negative direction. So it's going to be negative 5. Okay, good. So we have negative 5 for b. And now we can do the last step, which is plug in m and b. We can go ahead and do that over here. Let's do it over here so you can see. So if I plug in m and b, I know that m is negative 5 over 3, right? That's what m is. And we just found b. What's b again? b is negative 5, or negative 5 is b. So we'll say, okay, step 5 is y equals m is negative 5 over 3 times x. Okay, if b is negative 5, are we going to add 5 or subtract 5 from this equation? What are we going to do? Because it's negative, right? We're going to go ahead and subtract 5. So there is your equation. Make sure you have this for number 5, and now we're going to graph this equation. Now this is step 6. We're going to go ahead and graph this equation right here. So before we graph, let's just identify really quick. What is the slope? What is the slope? What is m? Who's your mom? Okay, the slope equals negative 5 over 3 or 5 over negative 3. And what is b again? b is negative 5. Good job. So you're going to start on which axis? Which axis do you start on? What is the y-intercept? It's on the y-axis. Show me with your hands. Y-axis. That's good. So you start at negative 5. Start with the boyfriend. You're going to look for your mama, but by starting with the boyfriend, you're at negative 5. Okay, now can we go down 5? Do we have 5 to go down? Yes or no? No. So we're going to go ahead and go up 5. But then we're going to go in the negative direction 3. So let's go up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You should be on the x-axis. We're going to go in the negative direction 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay? You can do it again if you want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and over 1, 2, 3. Okay? All right, so your point should be at 0, negative 5. What point is this? Is it 0, negative 3, or negative 3, 0? It's negative 3, 0, because it doesn't go up. And then negative 6, 5. Okay? So then you make your line, connect your dots. It's going down. Okay? And the equation for the line is y equals negative 5 over 3x minus 5.